ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನಂದರೆ, ನಮ್ಮದು ಗುರಿ ಏನಂದರೆ, ಇದು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ ಮೊಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಗವಿಕಲತೆ ಜನಗೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಮೊಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಬೇಕು, ಆಟೋ ಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೆನಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಡಿಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆರ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್, ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇದು ಆಟೋ ಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಇದು ರೈಡ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು, ಮೊಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮದು ಮೇನ್ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ ಮೊಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾತ್ರಿ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಾವು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾತ್ರಿ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್, ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಪ್. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ಇದು ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾತ್ರಿ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ದೆಮ್, ಅದು ಫುಲ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬ 10 ಮಿಲಿಯನ್ ರೈಡ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮದು ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕಲರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡಿಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾತ್ರಿ ಆ್ಯಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ ಆ ಥರ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಜನಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚಿಕ್ಕದು ಸಣ್ಣಪಟ್ಟ ಸಹಾಯ ಬೇಕು ಆ ಥರ. ಸೊ ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ ಈಗ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ನೀವು ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಟೋಸ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವಿತ್ ಡಿಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆ ಥರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಿಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಡಿಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದು ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಮ್ಮದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಈಸ್ ನೋ ವಿಷನ್, ಈಗ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾರಿಡ್, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ವೈಫ್ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಊಟಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ. ಸೊ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಆಟೋ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಸುಲಭ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣಪಟ್ಟ ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ ಮೇಕ್ಸ್ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ವೈಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಬೆಟರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವಿತ್ ಡಿಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ ನಾನು ನೀವು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವಿತ್ ಡಿಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಸಮಾನವಾಗಿ, ಅದೇ ನಮ್ಮದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ.
ನಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಪ್ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಇರೋದು.
ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾತ್ರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್, ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಸೆಸ್ ನಾವು ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವಿತ್ ಡಿಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆ ಥರ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೈಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾತ್ರಿ ಆ್ಯಪ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಬಾಟಮ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವಿತ್ ಡಿಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ಅದು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಆಯಿತಾ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಬ್ಲೈಂಡ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡೆಫ್ ಆ ಥರ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ ಆ ಥರ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಲೈಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕದೊಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನೀವು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು, ಚಿಕ್ಕದು ಸಣ್ಣಪಟ್ಟ ನೀವು ಏನು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದು. ನಮ್ಮದು ಹೆಸರು ಶಾಂತಿ ರಾಘವನ್, ಫೌಂಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Holding on and staying here. Welcome you all to this press release by Namma Yatri and EnAble India. I will request Shan from Namma Yatri to give us a welcome note.
Thanks, Karthik. A very good morning to all of you. First of all, a big thank you to all the people who are here as well as who are remotely attending this conference. A big thank you to you. Namma Yatri, what started as a small initiative has become a sort of a role model for a lot of cities across the globe. That's due to the power of people, the power of community, the power of well-wishers like media. People like you have made Namma Yatri what it is today. So I would like to start by thanking the entire media folks who are here. A big credit to all of you for growing and giving the communication about what Namma Yatri stands for to the entire public. The power has shifted from the platform to the people, but it has to become a lot more friendly to everyone in the society. And today we are beginning a new journey on making mobility friendly for lot many more people, and this message also needs lot more communication, lot more awareness to the general public. So hence this event, and we are very happy to partner with a very committed and someone who has been working in this space for a very long period of time. We have learned a lot. I'm sure you as the spokesperson, as the media of the society and community will also learn a lot from EnAble India. So with that, I would like to request the founders of EnAble India, Ms. Shanti and Deepesh, to talk about the vision for this initiative and why we are doing what we are doing.
Thank you so much, Shan. Namaskara ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಶಾಂತಿ ಅಂತ. I am the founder, one of the founders of EnAble India. So ನಮ್ಮದು ಗುರಿ ಏನು? What is our vision? It is inclusive mobility. And just to understand inclusion, we have our persons with disability here on stage. Inclusion means that somebody like Chinnadurai, if you can just put your hand up, Chinnadurai, he is an athlete. If you can see his body, you can see he's maintained it well. So this gentleman loves sports. So he needs to go, he travels so that he can enjoy his passion. So when we are inclusive, when namma yatri is inclusive to a person like Chinnadurai, he can pursue his passion, and I'm hoping he'll represent the country one day. I feel he will be a great para-athlete for the country itself. So if I just go to Mallika, if you can put your hand up. Yeah. Mallika is working. She's a tester. She's a software tester. So Mallika needs to travel for her work. I think the first time she had to do an interview, she would have taken mobility solution like namma yatri. And for her, coming to work on time would be very important so that she is considered a good employee. So inclusive mobility means people like Mallika will be considered a good employee. If I then turn to Narendra, he is of course the one who is actually there. Narendra, will you put your hand up? People like Narendra have helped namma yatri actually to develop the software in the right manner for people with disability. He is a person with low vision himself. And then if I come to Narasimha, yes, I was just showing the sign Narasimha. So Narasimha is a person who is deaf. He is a father, he is married, and he is a father. And so when his child is sick, if he has to go to the hospital, he does need mobility solutions. So persons with disability very often are not understood as part of our society. And all of us have needs. Narendra, is recently married. He may want to go out to have, to a nice restaurant with his wife. So all of these things cannot be ignored. And that is why I think the vision of inclusive mobility will enable not only persons with disability, but I think our drivers. I think inclusion makes us see value. So it helps us to see value in others, value in ourselves. Inclusion will be contagious. So that is our motto, inclusion. And in fact, I think maybe in the driver's family tomorrow, if somebody is born with a disability, they will have a good impression. They will say, my child one day will get married, my child will one day do sports, my child will one day enjoy life just like the people whom I have been taking in the rides. And for me, our backbone of anything we do is mobility. I think Deepesh will talk more about it. So thank you everybody first of all for being here.
We started EnAble India, and as you know, we and Shanti started EnAble India in 1999. And from that time, we have reached around 3,25,000 persons with disability and stakeholders. And I think more important, which is very close to our heart, is more than 6,000 plus people in the rural areas have started their Sota Udyoga or self-employment. And with 91 different trades, and this is very important how we can reach the rural. And we have been working with more than 825 corporates and government and PSUs from that time. The more important thing also is, which is very important, is 45% of our staff are persons with disability. So if you are doing something, I think you have to lead the way as well. And I think they are doing a wonderful job. So that is the thing. What is the impact to look at? Few things. We have to create solutions, and we have actually innovated 200 plus assistive solutions, or we call it workplace solutions, to open up or bridge the gap between the supply and the demand. And as you can see, the biggest impact is 80% of the persons with disability are adding to their family income. Now, no more they are dependent, they are independent, they are adding to the family. Suddenly the disability goes away. And what do we do all this for? Is to bring a life of dignity for persons with disability. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಘನತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಗೌರವ ಬೇಕು. ಹೌದು? So I think what about what the initiative is, Purple Ride brings pride, and I think that is the mention, that is the main important thing which I think is so close, that I think it's pride. And why it is important? Because I think the whole city, the brand of a city is known by the auto rickshaw drivers. Many times how the auto rickshaw driver behaves with you builds the brand of Bangalore, builds the brand of Mumbai, brand thing that people behave how they behave. That is why it is so important that we talk about this Namma Yatri being inclusive, and hence I again say Purple Ride brings pride to Bangalore.
And as per the World Health Organization, 15% of any population are persons with disability. And in the case of mobility solutions, the person with disability is not alone, right? We told you a person with disability has a family. Maybe they are the parent, they are the child, they may be the wife, husband, etc. So I would say we are talking about a much larger population within India, at least instead of, if we take 15%, it's 150 million. It's much larger, 200 million people, or 250 or 300 million persons with disability have to be accessible for especially people who are blind, who use a screen reader software which makes the app talk back to the person. So that is why very often people may not take a ride. The second thing is maybe, for example, for the deaf person, the driver may call the deaf person, which is not useful, and they only need a chat feature. So that is the reason then the deaf person may say, I don't want to take the ride, or may have a problem and is not able to be independent. Imagine you're a father like Narasimha. The second thing is the lack of awareness. Right now, when we sensitize the driver community on very small things, it's just, okay, do the chat, for the deaf person. Oh, the blind person, you may need to go a little closer and enable the blind person to come into the auto. Very small things, right? So that awareness being created with the driver will make rides have a better quality of life for the person with disability. And I'm sure for others also, right? Elderly population are there. Tomorrow it could be people who are pregnant. So many other types of people who require that slight empathy, with your mind open. And I think we put that in our slogan very nicely. I won't tell it in Kannada. let it come in the actual video. And I think the consumers also, disabled consumers also, if they know such an amazing ride service is available, then more and more folks will travel. And when we travel as a country, our economy progresses. Because we, first of all, are giving, our drivers then get the money. Second is we are going for doing some transaction. That means we are going to a store. That store gets more money. So overall, an economy progresses more when we have mobility. So that is the important point. And the last point is that very often for people in wheelchairs, these kind of autos, etc., may not be accessible. So for all these reasons, mobility has been something that was a limiting feature for a person with disability. Very often people look at the disabled person and say, Papa, disability are being listened to. The driver community already, are benefiting so much from Namma Yatri, and this is the vision that we have. And now I think Purple Rides is going to change the face of how India looks at persons with disability.
The entire journey of Purple Rides and what it means. We'll quickly play that video and then move forward.
The entire EnAble India team to make this Purple Ride initiative possible. ONDC. I'm the co-founders of Today and Beacon, on which the namma yatri platform runs. Properly, we need to add something very small. Tags. This is the button. This is.
Everybody from EnAble India and our drivers, we'd like to hear from them quickly what it means to them in terms of mobility and what Purple Rides is to them. Yeah. Chinna, we're starting with Chinna. Chinna, would you like to start? And then we can pass the mic on. We can do a quick introduction and then, voice out your order.
Elrigo Namaskara. My name is Chinna. I am working in EnAble India now. Mobility is most important for persons with disabilities, and inclusive mobility is more important for persons with disabilities. So thank you namma yatri and EnAble India. I am a part of this program for a little bit. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Chinna.
Hi everyone, I am Malika. I work with EnAble India and I have closely worked with namma yatri for making this application accessible. And after introducing the Purple Ride, I even have taken some rides and felt it's very useful. So thanks for namma yatri for taking this initiative. Thanks to EnAble India.
Okay, so now this is Nagalakshmi. She was taking a lot of namma yatri trips as a driver. She also now is a trainer.
ಸಾಧಾರಣವಾಗಿ ಈ ಥರ ಇರುವಾಗ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಡ್ರೈವ್ಸ್, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು namma yatri ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಮೋರ್ ರೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Nagalakshmi. Yeah.
Hi everyone, Narendra here. I also work at EnAble India. So I'm also involved in making namma yatri accessible. And I would like to thank namma yatri and EnAble India for this initiative and launching the Purple Ride and making mobility more easier. Thank you.
So, introducing Murthy, another driver from namma yatri. You've probably seen him in the video. We'd like to keep our videos very close and personal, and most of the drivers actually are real namma yatri drivers, right? So, Murthy, sit down, no problem.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಅಂತ. ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 10 ವರ್ಷ ನಾನು ಆಟೋ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮುಂಚೆಲ್ಲ ಆಟೋ ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಯಾರು ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ namma yatri ಇವಾಗ ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಂದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕಿವಿಗೇನಲ್ಲ, ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೇನಲ್ಲ, ತಪ್ಪ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅವರು ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಹೋಗೋದು ನಮಗೊಂದು ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈ namma yatri ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
Thank you.
My name is Nasimha. That is my signing. And I work here in EnAble India. And I want to really thank namma yatri for this initiative. It really helped the deaf people to be able to communicate to the auto driver, and it's a good initiative.
Ankit, thank you so much, everybody. Lovely to have you here, and I'm very happy that we can contribute in whatever small way. We'd like to now take the Purple Pledge, where both from the driver's side and EnAble India namma yatri side, we'd like to pledge on Purple Rides, and PWDs as well as the drivers. And once you receive this, everybody who can, we can stand up for the photo shoot. Some of our drivers who are sitting in the back can also join here now. Know the drivers, better the impact. Bunny stage, Bunny. This is the Purple Pledge.
In a nation with nearly 5% population of persons with disabilities, mobility is a necessity, not a luxury. Introducing India's first disability-friendly ride booking app, Namma Yatri. Namma Yatri has joined hands with EnAble India to create Purple Rides, making auto rides inclusive and disability-friendly. Our app offers personalized assistance, catering to users with various disabilities. With Purple Rides, Namma Yatri and EnAble India are rewriting the story of inclusivity in mobility. Join us on this journey towards a more accessible world.
Thank you.
Sir, our thank you ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ರೈಡ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತಂತೆ. Thank you.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಆದರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು ನನಗಂತೂ.
The Namma Yatri app, in short, I'm signing it as NY. Now they are partnered with EnAble India to make it more accessible for persons with disability.
Namma Yatri have been developed their app completely accessible for the persons with vision impairment. They have developed the talkback feature in their app so that a person with vision impairment can access all the pages of their app, and even you can update your profile on the Namma Yatri app.
Well, the partnership that we have with Namma Yatri is going to be led by the community and by the drivers. Namma Yatri is already extremely driver-centric, and that's why it's not what we think or Namma Yatri thinks. The community in phases are going to tell us this is what we want, and this is going to change the way all of us look at mobility solutions. Every other company needs to understand that listen to the customer, be centric to the customer with disability and the drivers. So I think it's going to change the landscape dramatically.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಹಾಯ ಬೇರೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಷ್ಟ ಪರಿಹಾರವಾಗಬಹುದು. ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬಿಚ್ಚಿ ಕೇಳಿ, ಒಂದು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಡಿ.
ಬ್ರದರ್, ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ.
ಸೈಡಿಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಫುಲ್ ಸೈಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಇನ್ನ ಬನ್ನಿ, ನೀವು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬನ್ನಿ.
ನೋಡಿ
Okay, so can you ask them to sit inside?
Yeah, one second. Thumbs up ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂಚೂರು. Thumbs up. ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿ. Okay. ನೀನು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳಪ್ಪ, ನೀವು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. प्रतिभा पीछे है।
प्रतिभा थोड़ा आगे आ जाओ।
प्रतिभा
आगे आ जाओ।
ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಿ ಮುಂದೆ
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಅಂತ. ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 10 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಆಟೋ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಆ್ಯಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಸೆಂಜರ್ ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೆಲವರು ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲವರು ಕಿವಿ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಥರ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಏನಂತ ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ ಅಂತ. ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೀಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಫೀಸಸ್ ಹತ್ರ ನಮ್ಗೆ ರೈಡ್ ಬರೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾಯಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ನಮಗೂ ಇದು ಕಿವಿ ಕೇಳಿದವರು ಕಣ್ಕಾಣದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಏನಂದರೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೂ ಅದ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಥರವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಸೊ ಇದು ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಆಟೋದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ
ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೊತ್ತು.
ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಟೋರ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
ಹಾಂ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಕಿವಿ ಕೇಳಿದಂದ್ರೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಕೆಲವರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಥರ
ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆಟೋದವ್ರು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತಾರೆ ಸರ್ ಅದು?
ಸರ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ.
ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ವೀಡಿಯೋ
ಹೌದು, ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಇದ್ರ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ರೈಡ್ ಅಂತ. ಆವಾಗ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಥರ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಇದು ಮುಖಾಂತರ?
ನಮ್ಮ ಥರ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಥರ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇವಾಗ 80-90% ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರು ಯಾರು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡೋದು ಅದು ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ನಾನು ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಾಗಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್.
ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ
ಸರ್? ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾತ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನನ್ನ ಅನುಭವ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನ ಅನುಭವ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಾಗೋದು ಒಂದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಾವು ದುಡ್ಡು ಅಂತ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಸರ್
ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಸರ್.